dancers, it's teacher Lina. Today's topic is going to be about your lower and your upper back flexibility. So this was a request for me from Becky Wong, and she commented this on my YouTube. She asked for any tips for increasing flexibility for upper back and middle back bends. Now, if you are very much aware or you have a lot of body awareness already, I would say skip this intro, but if you are willing to listen to me talk about my back journey, especially since back is such a sensitive topic for me. It's also one of the reasons why I had such a hard time dancing, because I have very, very bad back. When I was younger, I strained my lower, the last two, what do you call this, vertebra, I think, of my lower back. And what happened was I kept on forcing my back bend like this. So dancers, if you can relate. And no one was really teaching me how to back bend properly, so I would back bend all the way back. And I had a really flexible body, and my teacher would really pull my back bend all the way down and up. And it upsets me to this day because I wish I had known this earlier, and I wish I could have avoided so much of these really, really annoying mistakes that could have been avoided. Because to me now, like, knowing more of my body, it's just really hard because when you're younger, you're a lot softer. So, you know, you can bend in all kind of ways. So you do try and attempt all these funny stretches, not knowing the consequences until you get older. So kids, if you're watching this, I promise you, if you keep doing that, you're gonna get injured like me. And I'm not scaring you, but it is true, because by the time I was 14 and 15, I would have really bad back pain that I would walk like this to the studio, literally 15-year-old. And then I remember a teacher even laughing at me and saying, "I can't believe you have a bad back, you're like an old person." Now, I don't know if she meant this as a joke, but honestly, I felt really so sad as, you know, someone being a teacher right now, that someone had told me, an educator had told me, instead of telling me I could help you, or maybe they didn't know what to do, or they didn't know any better. But I just want you to learn from what I experienced as a teacher, and I can give you a few tips. But again, if you are a dancer experiencing this, it is different for like case-to-case basis. So your situation might not be the same as mine. As for me, it was really hard for me to bend back and also straighten my back, because my back was just like this the whole time. Like, I would walk like this. And I went to so many doctors. Honestly, growing up, I went to chiropractors, doctors, everyone. And a chiropractor even told me I would never dance again. And I remember that fear and just crying. I remember driving home really sad. I drove myself home with my back pain, and I was really crying. And I think that was around middle of while I was still dancing with the company. It was really sad. And then towards my latter years, around my 20s, when I was just teaching, I remember still getting back pain. But Pilates helped me so much. If you do take Pilates, I'm sure you have more awareness of your core. I really do believe in just like simple body awareness, healing and curing so much of your body. So if you're a young dancer, try to find it. You know, like, even if you don't feel it, like, just try to find it. I believe in it so much. I believe in body awareness so much. So even if you feel like you're super flexible and you can do so many things and your body awareness still isn't kicking in, just keep on going and trying to find it. And trying to find your center and just your core and your upper back. I don't know, like, all of that is connected. Anyway, to answer your question, since I know it is a case-to-case basis, I'll give a few exercises that I feel like might be general for everyone and might help you go through your back pain, or maybe something that might help with the flexibility of your back or your upper back. But they aren't magic, or they're not very new to you, but you'll be surprised at how much these simple exercises can get your back rolling or moving. So shall we get started? Alright. So before we start, I'd like to make sure you guys are warm. So you do need to warm up before, of course, you do these exercises, as you need to warm up all the time. I would suggest rolling down. Even just like simple roll downs would be great, or even just like simple plie and stretches. I love to get my lower back moving just by moving my legs simply. So if you want to try and do a quick warm up of your hips and your back, these would be great, especially for us older people where we need to warm up our legs and our hips a little more. But these help a whole lot with flexibility. So if you want to try some roll downs, give yourself about a minute or two to do some roll ups and roll downs. I love these exercises for the lower back. And I'd add in some plies there as well. Make sure your knees go over your toes. And keep your head down. Relax your head. Yeah. And I did some Pilates this morning, so I am pretty warm already. I do a few rolls as well. So if you'd want to add in a roll here and there. Now, getting started. Again, after I would roll around my hips, I would warm up my shoulders. Now, this is very simple, but not a lot of people do it. But I hope this helps you. But you just do 8 shoulder rolls back. Let's do it together. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 reverse. 2, 3, 4, 5. This is for your upper back. 7, 8. Now, bigger circles. 1, 2, you'll be surprised as to how much you can do after this, because even just doing this is really tiring. 6, 7, 8, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then I would go forward and back. You can do this standing up. I'm just doing it sitting down because my room is quite small. 2, 3, 4. You can wave your head side to side if you need to, wherever side. 7, 8. Another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you'll be surprised as to how much work your shoulders are getting in right now, right? Pull up. Let's not stick your ribcage out. Let's still keep our core in. Just a nice stretch here. And I would go over to the side again. If it doesn't go over, you can always just go where you're comfortable. Well, for myself, I can go all to the side. And to switch. Something to warm up your back. And 4, keep your ribs in. That's the hardest part, right? And 6, and 7, and 8. Another 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Ooh, now that was a workout. Then I would just do a nice long stretch here. You can move your head again side to side in this position so that you can really get like tension out of your neck and your back moving. Oof. How are your shoulders? I'm sure by now your upper back bends are great already, but let's add this exercise. I love this exercise. You can do it either with a TheraBand. I like to use this because, well, I think my TheraBand is missing somewhere, but just a nice open shoulder. You can go all the way back if you can, and then just come back down. Now don't force yourself to make it smaller. I mean, I used to do it here. I don't think I can anymore. My shoulders always feel so tight. But this is a good exercise. And I would just do 8 with a bit of a breathing. Yeah. And 6, you can alternate inhale and exhale, or exhale and inhale, whichever works for you. 7, 8. I think it's 8. Another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, last 2, 7, last 1, 8. Yeah, Now you can probably give yourself a nice stretch. It's quite a workout too. Again, the muscles of your upper, lower, they're totally different. I have a very weak upper back. I learned a whole lot of that while healing from my lower back pain, just to get back to the story. But because of it, I feel a lot more aware of my core. I don't think my lower back pain for it. I'm still angry about it, but at least somehow it gave me a bit of more awareness about my lower back. Because up until now, doing my arabesque, I can still feel a lot of pain and a lot of pinch. You know, once I lift my leg, oh, there it is. But it does require a lot more core strength than you think to actually lift your legs or even do back bends. So this is why we have to warm up properly. So I'm sure by now you're feeling your upper back really warm, right? I hope so. Alright, so we're gonna get onto our stomach and we need to do some core work. Alright, I would usually do roll downs, but if you can't roll down, I suggest holding the side of your legs and then rolling up slowly. Something for your core. 2, let's just do 16 of this. 3, and 4. If you want to add like an extra challenge, add a ball in between your knees, and now that's gonna get you working a whole lot. 7 and 8. You can have your arms in first. 1 more 8. 7, 3, sorry, counting backwards, not okay. 4 and 5 and 6, last 2 and 7, oh my gosh, and 8. Alright, then I'd roll all the way down, hug my knees. Sorry for my hold tights. You can give yourself a nice stretch here if you'd like, just to add. Yeah, you can stay here. A little bit of a stretch, one leg over the other. You can turn in the other leg also if you want an extra stretch. And I would do the other side as well. Now that gives your hips really nice opening way. Alright, now I would go into hip bridges next. Sorry, I might be preparing this for someone who has a whole lot of back pain, and I really want your core to get ready before you go into your back. So I hope this helps you as well. But we'll do your back exercises, legs together, and you're just gonna do some hip bridges. Now my legs don't go as high because of my lower back. It's really painful right now, but down. I know that once I do this, it's gonna be so good. And before this though, maybe we can do some pelvic lifts. Now pelvic lifts really engage your core if you'd like to. Let's try that first. So you lift, squeeze your glutes and down before we do your bridges. 3, yeah, and 4, and you'll feel your core really tight. For me, I feel my lower back injury going like this, but it's really good. After I do this, I rarely feel back pain during the day, I promise you guys. 6, so I always trust this. 7, this exercise, and 8, yes, and squeeze, and 8. Now let's do it all the way up, and 1. See? Now that my lower back's awake, it's so much more different than the earlier bridge. Do you guys notice? It's a lot higher. 3, because I warmed up the pelvis. 4, it's like activating those muscles. And 5, and 6, last 2, and 7, last 1, and 8, stay a bit. I'll bring my arms up sometimes for an extra challenge. Woo. Keep it down, then slowly lower down and hug your legs. By this time, your upper back, your stomach, your lower back, I'm sure you feel like you can do anything by now with your back. But before we go to our back bends, we actually have to do sides too. More than you all think, it's a lot of core work again to do your back bends, a lot of pull-up, but I also believe in working your sides. It helps with just loosening up the side of your body. So moving my stretches into the studio because, well, I had a mistake with my last one. But these are the last few stretches that you can do for your back. And you would do this with your arms to the side. And you could do 8 on your right side. So this would be in turn in and this would be in turn out. Then you stretch your arms up. This is a really nice one for your lower back. And then it opens up your chest and your upper back also. Wait, I lost count. So that's 8. Then we change your leg. We'll do another 8 here. Okay. Now, if you're extra on this, I would add in your side hip raises, up and down. Only if you'd like to. Probably only need to do 8 or 4 on each side, raising your hip, just to get those sides strong. Alright, well, now that I've warmed up a lot of my back and my core, you'll see that your back flexibility sometimes doesn't just rely on doing exercises to get it flexible, but actually exercises to getting your body or around your core stronger. It's really a lot of core work and upper back and lengthening work and body awareness and a mix of all of those that make up all of the flexibility also of your back. So now that I've done these, I could really feel, like especially when I do my back bends, like how more controlled I can be, because the question I got online was how I can get deeper in my back bends. And I would really say, when you go backwards, what pulls it back is your core. So sometimes I feel as though you're not able to go low also. It's because you don't have control over your stomach and your back. That's why when you come up, you can't really come down low, and then you also can't come up high. So I feel like these exercises are perfect in getting the range of your turnout and also opening your back. Now, the reason why I didn't give exercises like maybe you would normally see for the back, which are usually exercises like these. I mean, these are stretches and maybe you could add them in to open up your chest and such, but I wouldn't want you to pinch your lower back. And a lot of these exercises, sometimes, although are really good for the upper back, and I do these every day, I don't want to risk you pinching your lower back. Sometimes also, we don't realize that our backs are already flexible. I mean, I've seen a lot of adults being able to push off and really hold their core already. And you're all pretty flexible, and sometimes we don't realize that we're already flexible, but sometimes the range matters based on how strong we are also and how much control we have, and also how well we can let go and control at the same time when we're bending back. And again, it's always a balance of things, so we can't always just work on just being flexible and whacking out everything. So always, again, remember, control, get that core strong, get that back strong, and get it working. And lastly, always consult someone before you do these exercises. Again, I just want to say I am just a ballet teacher. I mean, I'm not just a ballet teacher, but I am just a ballet teacher. So meaning, consult someone who knows your body with you. With you meaning the person who is on the journey of discovering your body with you, your Pilates teacher maybe, or maybe your teacher, so you can see, or she can see, what you're doing to it, and maybe can give you better advice on how you can do the exercises. Maybe you need to modify some things. Maybe some things are a little too difficult for you. So it's always best to consult someone who knows your body with you. So let's say you have someone who knows your body and is knows that you lean towards here or there. They can say, oh, make sure to pull up this side and make sure you're even, because again, I'm doing things through online, so it's always best to get the advice of someone who knows your body as well as you do. And finally, I hope that you enjoyed these sets of exercises. I can film now in the studio, so I'll be doing more videos from here, and I hope you enjoyed this. Again, don't forget to leave us a comment or a like, or let us know what else you'd love to hear on our channel. It's so nice to see you again. I hope that you are all updated on everything that's happening to us. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed this. Again, it's Teacher Lina of Studio Dance by Lina, or Dance by Lina Dancewear, and see you next time. Bye!